After 150 plus days of reading, finally we reach the last chapter of the book. Chapter 10, The Planes of Realization. Introduction. The cultivation of wisdom, as we have seen, aims at the realization of Nibbana. The Nikaya stipulate a fixed series of stages through which a person passes on the way toward the attainment of Nibbana. In passing through these stages, one evolves from an uninstructed worldling, blind to the truths of the Dhamma, into an Arahant, a liberated one who has attained full comprehension of the Four Noble Truths and realized Nibbana in this present life. I have already referred to several of these stages in the earlier chapters of this book. In the present chapter, we will explore them in a more systematic manner. Okay, Sister Saikyung, would you like to continue?
On entering the irreversible path to the attainment of Nibbana, one becomes a noble person, Arya Pugala. The word noble, Arya, here denoting spiritual nobility. There are four major types of noble persons. Each stage is divided into two phases: the path, Marga, and its fruition, Phala. In the path phase, one is said to be practicing for the attainment of a particular fruition, which one is bound to realize within that same life. In the resultant phase, one is said to be established in that fruition. Thus, the four major types of noble persons actually comprise four pairs or 8 types of noble individuals. As enumerated in text 10, 1.1, these are: number 1, one practicing for the realization of the fruit of stream entry. Number 2, the stream enterer. Number 3, one practicing for the realization of the fruit of one's returning. Number 4, the one's returner. Number 5, one practicing for the realization of the fruit of non-returning. Number 6, the non-returner. Number 7, one practicing for arahantship. And number 8, the arahant. Text 10, 1.2 grades these 8 accordingly to the relative strength of their spiritual faculties, so that those at each subsequent stage possess stronger faculties than those at the preceding stage. The first 7 persons are collectively known as sekas, trainees or disciples in the higher training. The Arahant is called the Aseka, the one beyond training.
Thanks, Sister Saikyung. Footnotes number 1. It's a long one. The terminology of path and fruition is a commentarial way of drawing the distinction. The suttas themselves do not use this scheme of 4 paths, but speak only of one path, the noble evil path that leads to the cessation of suffering. This is also called the Arahata Magga, the path to arahantship, but in a broad sense as the path to the highest goal, not in the narrow sense of the path preceding the fruit of arahantship. However, the suttas do make a distinction between the person practicing for the attainment of a particular fruit, phala sachi kiriyaya patipana, and the person who has attained the stage that results from this practice. See text chapter 1, text chapter 10, section 1.1. Based on this distinction, the commentarial terminology of path and fruit is useful as a concise way of referring to the two phases of the Nikaya scheme. Okay, so that's the explanation of these two phases, the path and its fruits. Sometimes in the sutta, you will see these 4 major types of noble persons, 4 pairs or 8 types of noble individuals. So the ones I can read, one practicing for each of the stage, stream entry, and stream enterer himself. One practicing for the relaxation, the ones returning, and the ones returner itself, so on until the Arahant. Okay, Sister Chai Kwan, would you like to continue?
The 4 main stages themselves are defined in 2 ways. 1, by way of the defilements eradicated by the path leading to the corresponding fruits. And 2, by way of the destiny after death that awaits one who has realized that particular fruits. Text chapter 10, section 1.3 gives standard definitions of the 4 types that mention both the defilements abandoned and their future destiny. The Nikayas group the defilements abandoned into a set of 10 factors, samyo jhana. The stream enterer abandons the first 3 factors, identity view, sakkaya ditthi, that is the view of a truly existent self, either as identical with the 5 aggregates or as existing in some relation to them. Doubt, vicikiccha, about the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, and the training, and the wrong grasp of rules and observances, sila bata paramasa. The belief that mere external observances, particularly religious rituals and ascetic practices, can lead to liberation. The stream enterer is assured of attaining full enlightenment in at most 7 more existences, which will all take place either in the human realm or the heavenly worlds. The stream enterer will never undergo an 8th existence and is forever freed from rebirth in the 3 lower realms, the hells, the realm of afflicted spirits, and the animal realm. The once returner, Sakadagami, does not eradicate any new factors. He or she has eliminated the 3 factors that the stream enterer has destroyed, and additionally attenuates the 3 unwholesome roots, lust, hatred, and delusion, so that they do not arise often, and when they do arise, do not become obsessive. As the name implies, the once returner will come back to this world only one more time and then make an end to suffering. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Chai Kwan. Footnote number 2. My explanation of the once returner's attenuation of lust, hatred, and defilements is based on the commentaries. Apart from the standard formula, the suttas themselves say very little about the once returner. Okay, so quick recap. The 4 main stages are defined in 2 ways. First one, by the way of the defilements that's eradicated. And the second way, by way of the destiny after death, when one has realized that fruit. What are the defilements? Here is mentioned about 10 fetters, a set of 10 fetters. So the first 3 fetters will be abandoned when one enters stream entry. Yeah. One enters the stream. What are those 3? Identity field, doubt, wrong grasp of rules and observances. This is the exciting part. The stream enterer, once you enter the stream, you are assured of attaining full enlightenment in at most 7 more existences. It can be either the human realm or the heavenly realm, never in the lower realm. In a way, we can say stream enterer is also the goal of the practice, because once you reach the stream enterer, you'll be guaranteed full enlightenment in at most 7 lives. Then I had this question. Well, if I already entered the stream, then I can relax, enjoy 7 more lives. Enjoy my life before I reach full enlightenment. And then, feels like, doesn't feel right, that statement. So what do you think about that statement? If you are a stream enterer, are you going to enjoy 7 more lives before you reach full enlightenment? Or should you do something else? What do you think?
I think in the suttas, the Buddha always encouraged the disciples to attain arahantship. Yeah, the ultimate goal. So there are bhikkhus or disciples that slack because they have already entered the stream. And I think the Buddha do tell them that they have to continue to persevere to attain arahantship in this present life. Don't wait.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. But why does one need to rush? Because eventually they reach enlightenment anyway, right? So the answer that I came up with is because when one has reached the stream enterer, they have seen the suffering in the samsara. And their thinking is different from ours. Instead of enjoying 7 more lives, he doesn't want to experience more suffering, more rounds of birth, sickness, aging, and death. And of course, if you don't want to suffer further of this round of rebirth, of course you have to, like Saikyang mentioned, faster practice to reach arahantship. So that's the answer that I came up with. Okay, anyway, let's continue. So the stream enterer will never undergo an 8 existence and is forever free from rebirth in the 3 lower realms. And then the once returner will come back to this world only 1 more time and then make an end to suffering. Okay. Sister Shomi, would you like to continue?
The non-returner, anagami, eradicates the 5 lower fetters. That is, in addition to the 3 fetters eliminated by the stream enterer. The non-returner eradicates 2 additional fetters, sensual lust and ill will. Because non-returners have eradicated sensual lust, they have no ties binding them to the sensual realm of existence. They thus take birth in the form realm Rupadhatu, generally in one of the 5 planes called the pure abodes, Sudhavasa, reserved exclusively for the rebirth of non-returners. They attain final nibbana there, without ever returning to the sensual realm. The non-returner, however, is still bound by the five higher fetters: desire for existence in the form realm, desire for existence in the formless realm, conceit, restlessness, and ignorance. Those who cut off the 5 higher fetters have no more ties binding them to conditional existence. These are the arahants who have destroyed all defilements and are completely liberated through final knowledge.
Okay, thanks, Sister Shomei. So non-returner eradicates the 5 lower fetters. In addition, the non-returner eradicates 2 additional fetters. What are those 2? Sensual lust and ill will. Because they have eradicated sensual lust, that's why they have no ties binding them to the sensual realm of existence. So that's why it's called non-returner. They are not returning back to the sensual realm of existence. And they only take birth in the form realm, in one of the 5 planes called the pure abodes, reserved exclusively for the rebirth of non-returners. And if you ever heard Pure Land, this is based on the pure abodes that's described here. So when one says one enters the Pure Land, and then they will be enlightened after entering the Pure Land, this is very similar to the line that we just read. Pure abodes reserved exclusively for the birth of non-returners, and they attain final nibbana there without ever returning to the sensual realm. But the non-returners still bound by the 5 higher fetters: desire for existence in the form realm, desire for existence in the formless realm, conceit, restlessness, and the last one, ignorance. Only the arahants have destroyed all defilements, all 5 higher fetters. Yeah, all 10 included, but the last 5 fetters is also severe, and are completely liberated through final knowledge. Okay, Sister Billy, would you like to continue?
The 4 classes of noble disciples, by way of fetters eliminated and types of rebirth remaining. So this is summary. Class of disciple. The first one, stream enterer. Fetters newly eliminated are identity view, doubt, wrong grasp of rules and observances. Remaining types of rebirth is at most 7 more births among humans and devas. Second, once returner. Fetters newly eliminated are none, but weakens lust, hatred, and delusion. He has 1 more birth in the sense sphere realm. Non-returner. Fetters newly eliminated are sensual lust and ill will. He has spontaneous birth in the form realm. Arahant. His fetters newly eliminated, a desire for existence in the form realm, desire for formless existence, conceit, restlessness, and ignorance. Remaining types of rebirth, None.
Okay, thanks, Sister Vinny.
Thank you.
This table provides nice summary of what we have just read. Okay, let's continue our reading next time. It's about 8 now, almost 8. Any questions or comments? Okay, if not, would Brother Haji like to do the dedication?
回向愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿居障即消除，世事常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。
谢谢 Brother Haji. Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a non-returning Wednesday ahead. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.